Hello and welcome back to some more MotoGP 20 and part 3 of our career mode in the managerial mode of this game. Now for today's episode we've got COTA, Circuit of the Americas in Texas. Really looking forward to getting into this. You can see here that the weather forecast isn't great. We're going to have a wet weather forecast here, so this is going to be really interesting to see how we get on here, but I have decided to do FP2 not only for the research and development side of it, but also because that's very representative of what the conditions are going to be like in a quali. So yeah, let's get into it. Thank you for the support on the series so far, I really do appreciate it, and you know, still learning, still looking to learn more on this game, and you know, you guys seem to be enjoying it so far, which is fantastic, and it means a lot. So you know, make sure you keep leaving a like if you are enjoying, and obviously leaving your comments of hints and tips as well. So yeah, last episode I think we just stayed in the highest power mode for most of the race, and that's what cost us in the end, but hopefully today we'll do a bit better.
Teams are still looking for the ideal setup, but we expect the riders will soon start to record some very interesting times.
So here we go. So probably just looking to do a development test. We'll maybe try a quick lap simulation.
And the rider is ready to get on. Let's see if some interesting information comes from the configuration chosen for the next lap.
Oh, so you can see how bad the conditions are, and this is going to be horrible to drive, I'm sure. But at least we know the track inside out. You know, from all. Wow, fell off the bike straight away there. That was impressive, to say the least. But here we go. Just taking it nice and easy, not too harsh on the power. So here we go into our flying lap, and we want to try and get a 2:18 is our target, which I have no idea how quick or slow that is, but once again down at the first turn there. Wow. Try and take it really easy, try not to get too much angle on the bike, but this is all stuff we need to learn for both qualifying and the race, because it is going to be raining all weekend. But through these S's, it's a lot more satisfying to ride through there in an F1 car than it is on a motorbike, but hey ho. There's Jack Miller. I'll see a top 10 driver, rider in MotoGP this year. He scored points in the last race in Qatar, so just left that a little bit too late. As soon as you have to go with a bit too much angle, I'm not bothered about using the flashbacks in practice. We need to learn how to take these corners properly, and you know, learning that you do just have to sort of ease it in. But certainly don't think we're going to have the same sort of pace that we had in Losail. Again, just taking these corners too hot. Need to brake much earlier to make sure that we're slowed down enough before we have to turn. Yeah, again though, that's very rough into that corner, and you can see on one wheel there how hard we were braking. So what's that in here? The Thunder. It's not Neil Robertson, I know that much, but it's interesting to hear thunder on this game. I think this is going to be another key corner on this track. Be interested to see how far we're off this time that they want us to get. Because I think there's definitely more time in this, the more risk that you take. I don't think... went off there. I thought we were doing so well we hadn't been off for a while. But I thought I'd throw in one final fall off the bike. Well, I call it final. Did mean penultimate. So here we go. Coming around the final turn. You can see we're only really a second off, so first lap, that's not too bad. I'll actually settle for that. Now let's see how much better we do this lap now that we've had a lap to get used to the conditions, get used to riding a bike in the rain. That's a corner cut, so I am going to rewind that because it would be a bit gutting if we got round the rest of the lap without falling off, and that was the reason why we didn't pass this test. That's a much better first sector, only 2/10 quicker. It felt a lot quicker than it would than it actually was. But no, I don't think we're doing too bad here. Just take it nice and easy. That's okay. Down on the power again. Nicely. And 1.1 seconds up this time, so if we kept that up, it would be a 1:20.6. Which is a second off the slowest time. Fall off the bike. Yeah, this corner is going to cause us massive problems. I think in the dry it wouldn't be too bad, but in the wet, just actually slowing this bike down enough to take the corner. And you can see Crutchlow is right behind us as well. Right, give it one more go. Try to stay straight for as long as possible on the braking zone. That actually felt one of the fastest ways to get into the corner. But here we go. Feel like we're going to be a little bit slower this time through this sector. 1.6 seconds off the pace, which actually is a 2:18.1, so I wouldn't be too mad at that. Here we come into the final turn. Stay on the bike, and there we go. We're coming up to the line now, and it's a 2:19.4. We do complete the quick lap simulation, which I'm pretty happy about. Okay, we didn't hit the fastest time, but we hit one of the times.
Where the rider is returning to his team, he probably wants to reveal some further information about the bike setup.
But that'll probably do. We'll give it one more. What am I looking for? Okay, so I've got to complete this lap within a 21.8. So Jack Miller, Marquez has just gone quickest, but Jack Miller was quickest there for a brief second. So here we go. Just taking it nice and easy into that first turn. That's a little wide. We're okay though. Desperately trying to get the power down, but I know the more I hit it, the worse it's going to be. Actually 2/10 off the quickest time here. So we flowed through there. Oh, very wide now. Surely that's going to be an invalid lap, and yeah, gone too far. Just got to be wary here of overdoing it slightly. But, you know, we're learning the track limits, we're learning what we can and can't do in the wet, and hey, we're not falling off as often as we were. In this next corner will be a big sort of sight of how far we've come. Keep it straight for as long as possible, and hey, we've done it first time. Look at that. Such a tough corner to get right, even in F1. Very easy to lock up around there. So just need to take it nice and easy into this corner. This actually feels like a reasonably quick lap. Try and keep it reasonably flat through here, a little lift. This looks good. This looks really good. This could well be... Ah, damn it. Oh dear. I was going to say this could well be up there with the fastest times, and then we do that. With a... Oh, that's a corner cut if ever I see one. Coming up to the line though, it's a 17... No, it's not. It's an 18.8, which is a really, really good lap time. Much better than our previous sort of entry, and yeah, I didn't sort of twig that we needed to do 2 laps on this race stint. But yeah, just trying to get a few development points, get to know the track a bit. And hey, if we can qualify 7th, and obviously if we get a top 10 time, we go straight through to Q2. I don't think that's particularly likely because we picked the heaviest conditions, but I'm not too bothered. Alex Rins has crashed meanwhile. Coming through the first sector split and only a 10th off the fastest time, so we're obviously pretty good through sector 1. I'd go along with that. I think we've certainly had a decent time of it through sector 1. This is a corner that we desperately need to get right, and we've carried a bit more speed in there than we usually do. Getting a bit more confident. Paul Espargaro has crashed as well, only 0.2 of a second off the best time here. Yeah, it's a little deep, but hey, we haven't fallen off. So I'll take that. Come through here. So we haven't fallen off the bike through this section here, which is quite surprising. They're only 0.2 off. I think track conditions are getting slightly better. as this bike is desperately holding on to the soggy ground that it's on. But here we go. Marquez weaving a little bit. Can we make it through? First time. We can. Decent final corner. We come up to the line. It's a 1:17.9 and another, well, not passed apparently. Don't really know why that is, but hey ho. Don't know what else I was meant to do there. Time threshold. During this test, you have to complete a lap within a time limit, staying as close as possible to the ideal trajectory. That's probably the problem. But it's fine. You know, we got a bit more time in. I don't really want to do the race simulation run. I think we're all set, to be honest. Let's move on to Q1, I think, and we'll see how we do. So there we are, done in second round of free practice, and we finished second there, so we might have a decent chance, and we're 9th on the combined results. After 2 sessions, we'll see if we progress straight through to Q2.
Hello from Austin. The first qualifying session is about to begin. Getting through to the second phase is going to be a real
Have a look. So there you go. No, we're not quite through to Q2. But I think we were 12th maybe on the combined times. So there you go, consumption check. That's all good. We'll maybe put a little bit more fuel than we would normally put into the bike, just to give us a bit of a chance to get a couple of laps in if needs be. But here we are, going for it. This probably will end up being quite a long video. Looking at how long the recording's gone on already, but I'm sure you guys won't mind too much. But here we are, going on our qualifying 1 lap. I'll try and edit it down a little bit. Tito Rabat there. What's he up to? Got no idea what sort of sector time that is compared to what we did in practice, but the track conditions do seem a little brighter than they were. A little bit wide there, just braking really sensibly into this turn. Looks good. 111 flat through the first 2 sectors. Hey, that's a really good turn once again for us there. Definitely making progress in these conditions on this circuit. But how much the times will have evolved, question. So 146.6 through the first 3 sectors. We need to come round this Turkey turn 8 style corner here. That's beautifully judged. Just need to make sure we finish off this lap. Got Rabat in front of us there, just not in our line of sight, but we're coming up to the line now, and it's a 2:17.6, which is comfortably our fastest lap of the weekend, and we'll see how that does. So I think I'll return to the pits now, and we'll have a little look at where that puts us.
He's returned to the pit.
Let's have a look. So we'll accelerate, push forward the time a little bit. Obviously we need to get into the top 2 of this session, and well, 217.8 from Morbidelli there is the closest they've got. Nakagami goes to a 17.6 to join us, but he is maybe crucially a few hundredths behind us, so I think we'll continue on here with the fast forward. We might be safe unless the conditions vastly improved, but they didn't.
Referring to the first qualifying session.
So we're both through to Q2, Nakagami and ourselves. With that 217.6.
Live coverage of the second round, where the 12 riders with the best times from free practice and first qualifying session take each other on.
So here we go. Ready and raring to go now. And I think what we might do is do what we did last time and just fast forward a little bit, see what sort of times the likes of Marquez, Dovizioso, Quartararo, Alex Rins, of course, who got pole position in the last race. We'll see what they are capable of. 216.8 or 17.6 would be 8th place at the moment, which we'd certainly take, but the likes of Dovizioso and Petrucci have not set a time just yet, so we'll fast forward a minute or so and then we'll get out there.
The mechanics are taking the bike out of the pit and
We shall see how we do. We've got 4 laps of fuel. Whether that'll be enough to do more than a couple of laps in reality is certainly something we'll think about, but we haven't fell off the bike yet in quali, and here we are going on our pole position lap. So again, anywhere in the top 10 I'd be absolutely thrilled with. So just taking it nice and steady into that first turn. Alex Rins is currently on pole position, provisional pole position, with a 216.8, which I'm not sure we've quite got in our locker. I've got to admit I don't see us getting 8 tenths out of the 217.6 that we did, but these track conditions do feel a little better. 2.5 tenths off in Sector 1 of Rins's pole position Sector 1 time. A little bit slow through that corner. It's just made us go a little bit wide. Just take this nice and easy, don't fall off, that's all you're asking for here. And there we go, once again onto the straight. 7 tenths off at the moment, that would put us on a 217.4 if we were to pull that off. Rins has crashed. Something happened to the best of us. I think we took this too deep, and yeah, we've had to sort of back out of it a little bit. We will get another run at this. Potentially our second time will be our better time if we manage to hold enough fuel. We're already down to 2 laps worth. Our fuel consumption is quite severe. But actually only 3 tenths off the quickest time here. Must have made up a lot of time in those few sequences of corners. That's surely going to be invalid. No, not quite. And we come round the final corners. Just take it nice and easy into the final turn. We go up to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 216.5, which has put us pole. I cannot believe that. Where did that time come from in the end there? That is insane how much time we made up on those final few corners. We were 1 we were 7 tenths off the pole position time through the first 2 sectors. So I'm very shocked. I mean, all I can imagine is that we're out here at the track's best, potentially, and that's what's helping us gain those last few tenths of a second. But this would be quite amazing if we were to get pole position here. We're 2 tenths off our original sector time, so 4 tenths off the best through there. But yeah, I am absolutely shocked that we're on pole here. I mean, that does not mean we are going to get anywhere close to winning this Grand Prix. It's a very different scenario, but yeah, we're not doing our best here, but we'll try and break better into this turn. We did sort of mess it up before. Ah, we fall. So I think that's where we'll leave that run. Yeah, we haven't really got enough fuel to do anything else, but provisionally we're on pole position here, which is absolutely insane. You know, it does suggest the difficulty may need moving up a little bit with this bike performance, but I'm not going to complain too much. We'll come into the pits, we'll absolutely squash ourselves against the tyre wall there. There's autopilot now in the pits. So there you go. We'll return to the pits and see what the final times end up being. Is Marquez going to have managed it? I don't know. Let's see. They are out there on the track currently.
Let's have a look at the times after the second.
But we do it. We do it by 1/10 of a second. Jack Miller in third there.
Thanks for joining us.
Wow. I mean, you've got to say we were very fortunate there. Now we've just got to watch the fuel consumption. It is going to be slightly better conditions.
We'll be bringing you the MotoGP race. As you can see from the footage, the skies are clear at the moment, but there is still a thick layer of water on the track that will give the riders a very hard time.
So there's a lot of water on the track, but
MotoGP riders are ready to start the race. Tension is sky high, but these guys are seasoned pros, able to withstand any kind of pressure.
yeah, we need to put as much fuel in as we can. Make sure that we've got some new tyres on as well. That's another thing I was told. So we have got brand new tyres on for this Grand Prix. And well, here we go. We're starting from pole position. So let's go for it. 5 laps. Just looking to score some points here. There you go. There's the first row. Ourselves, followed by Marquez, followed by Jack Miller. Doctor down in 8th position. Nakagami qualified 11th after coming through Q1 with us. Morbidelli had a good race last time in 10th, I believe. He was the one that we were really competing with, but Alex Marquez all the way down in 21st place. He'll be very disappointed with how he's going so far this season. But look at this. I mean, our bike looks beautiful. I really do like the livery on this bike. You know, I haven't changed anything about it, but it looks beautiful. Well, can we come through this Grand Prix? Here we go.
The riders gather their final thoughts and get ready to race another US Grand Prix here at Austin.
So the lights are ready. We'll pour it into 2 for the start of this race. Lights out, away we go. Here in Austin, and it's a good start for Marquez, who makes the jump on us into that first turn. This is the driest track we've dealt with all weekend. There's a big incident at turn 1. It was Morbidelli, but we've dropped down all the way to 14th position after that first turn. I think that was a little harsh, to be honest with you. It starts to seem like the complete opposite to F1 games. Seem to lose a lot of positions. There we go, coming through that sector, and we're in 14th place at the moment, which I think, you know, got to be very disappointed with after starting off pole position. But I don't know how much we could have done differently there. You know, okay, it took a bit of a wide line into turn 1, but I'm not feeling like we did anything too wrong. We'll stick it into power 1 for now. Just try and hold station here. We know that we're pretty quick in this final sector, or final couple of sectors. So, well, we fell off. So I'm going to have, well, we'll give ourselves 3 rewinds, shall we say, for this race, unless something crazy happens. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to desperately slow this bike down. It's okay. That's better. Whoa, that was pretty close. I lost 0.3 of a second there. Seems a little harsh. But trying to hold this line, it's just not happening. Still in 13th. And here we go on to the second lap now. Marquez leads the race, Miller in second, Vinales third, Crutchlow fourth, Dovizioso fifth, Alex Rins in sixth, Rossi seventh by the looks of it. Well, that was a nice move. We got a couple of riders there. Just a little bit more confident on the power there. And Rabat, and right behind Mia here. Remember, we're getting a 3/10 penalty at the end of this race. So we've actually saved a bit of fuel here. So let's whack it up to 2 for this section where power is mightily important. That's our 3rd rewind. Hopefully we don't need to use any more than that. But well, that was a much better entry. Just need to keep our concentration here. So 2 laps through. Just need to be careful into this turn to make sure we brake nice and early. Get the bike slowed right down before we start turning. Oh, that could have been a disaster, but we're okay. It's actually a very nice line to take through. Can we hold it? We can. So back up into the top 10 here, fighting our way back through the field. After a shaky start, to say the least. Yeah, holding the power nicely through this corner this time. It's certainly starting to feel a lot more comfortable with the conditions. This Spargo broke very early there. He sort of took the undercut. We now stick it back up into rich mix here. Down to 1 for the upcoming sector. We've got Valentino Rossi right in front of us. Let's hope we don't get a bit starstruck here. Well, you join me on the 4th lap and we're dicing with Rossi here. Wobbles a bit on the exit of the corner. Sort of broke so early for that first turn that I didn't really expect you know, to be commentating on it, and I think that just distracted me a bit, but it's fine. We're doing okay for now. We're just trying to desperately stay with Rossi here because I feel like we can get him. Get ourselves in 8th place. That's a little bit disappointing, and we need to get ourselves 3/10 ahead at least of Espargaro behind us. Well, we're trying to dice with the Doctor here. This is pretty close. That's 6/10 now that we are penalised, and you can see Rossi wobbling as he's coming through here. We're desperately trying to hold the bike together here. But going into this final lap, I'm not sure we're going to have enough, but we have managed to hold them off here, and we are through on Rossi. So remember, we've got 6/10 of a penalty to make up here to make sure we beat Rossi. It's going to be super tough. But at least we'll finish this race by the looks of our fuel, so it should be fine. As we come through the S's. And we'll stay with the action for this final lap to see if we can close out this great performance and get our first points in MotoGP. Rossi is right there, he's right behind us. Distracted myself there looking behind. I am going to take another rewind and not look behind this time. That's better. That's what we wanted. But yeah, coming up now to some of the key corners of whether we will manage to stay ahead of Rossi. What's the difference? 8/10, so it is enough at the moment. Braking very, very early for this corner. Oh, nearly slid out there, but we're okay. Just about held it in this sector. We've been strong in all weekend. We've actually got Danny Petrucci up ahead. And we have seemingly broke Rossi. Got 2.5 seconds back to him now. Desperately trying to hold on to the bike through this final couple of corners. But what a performance this has been. Okay, we started on pole position, but I think we've shown some good pace in these tricky conditions. Marc Marquez wins the American Grand Prix. We come through with a lovely 2:11.4 at the end there.
Claim of the fans on their victory lap. Let's take a look at the final ranking of today's race.
So we do get fastest lap, but we do finish 8th in the end, despite our 6/10 penalty, and Rossi massively dropped off at the end there. But Marc Marquez wins the Grand Prix. Maverick Vinales in 2nd with Cal Crutchlow in 3rd. Dovizioso finishes in 4th with Jack Miller in 5th. So very, very happy with that performance. and that actually moves us into 10th place in the championship with those 8 points there. So very, very happy with that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed a changeable condition race there. There we are. Very happy with that performance. So there you go. We get some credits for completing our objectives there. We got some research data. You know, happy with that. Not perfect apparently for distance analysis. No idea how that's happened, but there you go. Got some good research data in there, and that'll hopefully help us as we go next time into what I believe is the Argentinian Grand Prix. And there you go, the Gran Premio Motul de la República Argentina. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then make sure you hit that like button down below. It really does help me out. It means a lot to me as well. Subscribe to the channel for more MotoGP content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.